Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and safety and much blessings to the Yakim that's preaching this truth out the four corners of the earth and our truth is sincerity and diligence. Shalom. And I just want to get into this topic of, centered around faith, centered around faith. And because the principal thing in this is faith, because you have a lot of, when you read the scriptures and you're dealing with, Paul's writings, there's a lot of Israelites that, that's why the scripture says not all Israel is Israel, and, to be a child of Abraham, you have to dwell in faith because Abraham was counted, right? He was counted a friend of the Most High because of his faith. Let me see if I can find it. All right, so this is Hebrews 8 and 11. It says, by faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out not knowing whither he went. Right? Let's see. Where is that? Right. Verse 17, by faith Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises, offered up his only begotten son, right? Of whom it was said that in Isaac shall the seed be called, accounting that the Most High was able to raise him up, even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. So, Abraham had that faith that, hey, listen, this is what the Lord said. He promised this. So if I'm supposed to offer up my son. All right, so, but he said that the Lord said, you said in Isaac shall the seed be called. So whatever your will is, let it be done. And he knew that the Lord was not a man that he should lie. Basically all it was centered around faith. All right. Now, faith ain't faith if everything is going good. All right. Faith ain't faith. Faith ain't faith if it ain't tried. Okay. Because check this out. This is Hebrews 11 and 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, right? And so, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right, this is what faith is, right? You don't fucking see. You don't see a way out, but through the spirit and power of the Lord. First and foremost, you must believe in the name of the Lord. You have to believe in the name of the Lord. You have to believe in the name of the Son. You have to believe in the name of the Lord. You have to believe in the name of the Son. Okay? You have to understand through the spirit of power, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh, Shah, Bahashim, Rakakodash. You have to believe in the name of the Lord. All right? So you don't see whatever situation that you may be in or whatever, and it don't necessarily have to be about a situation, even though it's a lot of it is dealing with a situation. All right? Because when just think about it. When you pray for something, right? You pray for something. And you really pray and you really pray and you what you're supposed to all the time. You really pray. You get on your knees, face the east, throw out a little Hebrew if you know it. And the Lord, he answers your prayers, because that increases your faith. That increases, your belief, your confidence in the Lord, because that's what it's going to be like when the Lord returns, or whenever this devil come down with great wrath. You're going to have men standing, I'm talking about in boldness, because of the being built up, right? Being built up. What that is in Jude. And this is real. This is a real thing. This is not just we bring out these precepts and, it sound good, make it sound. No, you have to really embody this and live this, because it feels damn good whenever you pray to the Lord. And because you got to think about it. When Israel needed something and something was going down, or something was coming up against them, they rent their clothes and they went on the fast, man. It's a lot of accounts in the Bible where they did that. This is Jude 1 and 20. It says, "But ye beloved," right? Building yourselves, building up yourselves on your most holy faith, praying in the Holy Spirit. So you must be building yourself up on your most holy faith. You gotta be, because you can't pray to the Lord and ask Him for faith and don't expect for the Lord to put you in situations. And now, trust and believe. The Lord gonna put you in situations worse than one you went through before that He pulled you out of. And then a lot of times when Jake go through things, Jake forget, and I'm talking to myself too, because I fell victim to that, to the doubt demon, you know. Jake forget that the Lord delivered you out your previous situation, man. Okay, that's this flesh. But this is what we go through this is what it means to to deal with that inner man, you know, to understand and recall the accounts what the Lord has delivered you out of, bro. And the more you recall these accounts and establish a relationship with the Lord, and the Lord pulls you out of it, however long He wants you to stay in it. I'm not saying that, oh, you pray to the Lord and if the Lord don't answer your prayers right then and there, then it's just the Lord not dealing with you. Nah, man, the Lord will have you sit in the whole situation for a whole 3 years, 4 years, 5, 6, 7 years, however long He feel like, because you got to think about it. What it says, how it went about he put the gold in the fire. He put the gold in the fire, but is he gotta hold it in there for the right amount of time, and pull it out at the right amount of time. Because if you don't, you'll damage it, you know. And if you don't leave it in there long enough, it ain't gonna it's not gonna be at its perfected. It's not gonna be perfected. And I'm just saying this so to speak, okay? Saying this so to speak, but however long the Lord see fit for you to be in that situation, this is what the Lord gonna leave you in that situation. Now we done lessons on these things, but it's just the Spirit having this come out, man. Spirit having it come out because the simple fact, and I'll say this as a testimony. I don't really like talking about my business, but you know, man, I got hurt at work. You know, hey, Jake, shit, I got bitch ass baby mamas. You know, cause at first, you don't want to tell your baby mama nothing. Jake don't want to be telling his baby mama like, man, oh, I got, it's like going damn near, bitches don't give a fuck, well, most of them, okay, but Jake got hurt at work, bills don't fucking stop, and just hey, shit. The Lord was providing food. We had our necessities. When you making money, you can go get you a little bite to eat somewhere. Or you ain't gotta worry about XYZ. When you making money or when you got money when you had a job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But Jake, the Lord was feeding Jake. The Lord had Jake lights still on. Jake phone bill was paid. Jake had water. And Jake is short for Jacob. Referring to myself. And I'm not saying that my name is Jacob. I'm just saying. That's just how we talk. You know, but Jake was taken care of, but the situation was that Jake came to a road of all right, my landlord he can only bear with me so long, and then eat him. He bear with you not even, he ain't even a full. Well, I'm gonna say a month. You know, but because at the same time, which okay, business is business. It's like, look, man, he still gotta pay people. And shit, if you ain't paying this money, then I'm having to get you out of here and move somebody else. And so Jake, well, not Jake, Esau put a motherfucking note on my door, you know, and them numbers was astronomical. Okay, them numbers was astronomical. Like, it's either you gonna pay this, or you got 10 days to be out this bitch. you know, and that was, I want to say, now maybe, I mean, so to speak, maybe 12 or 15 days ago now, because the Lord provided, the Lord came through, because I believed in the Lord. I believed that He, and I didn't, and I'm gonna say this because Jake ain't giving these, fugazi ass stories. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be, well, I had money put up. I didn't have this much left, but even though it could happen like that, but no, I didn't have nothing. I didn't have anything. Nothing that would have. It's either all or nothing. That's how Edom coming. It's either all or nothing. And like I said, these numbers was astronomical, 4-digit numbers. Okay, so a lot. I didn't have nothing, and like I say, in my experience of the Lord, supping with the Lord, the Lord come like at the skin of your teeth, man. And I'm talking about at the very last minute. Oh shit, so like the Lord come at the very last minute and delivered me out this situation, bro. Delivered me, you know, because what the scripture says, and this is what Shalaki, my nose be stopped up. See, um, this is 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Let's get that in the NLT. For we live by believing and not by seeing. So it looked bad. It looked bad. I've been in these situations before, though. I've been in a situation like this before, you know, but like I had time. You know what I'm saying? I had time. Didn't know where it was gonna come from, but the Lord did it. But this was different though. This was different because, you know, you have to know the intricate details of a situation for you to understand why it was different. And I'm not gonna go into all that, but it was very, very different. You know, and it was a. That's why it's all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Okay. Now this happened. This was at the beginning of this month, like at the beginning of this month, and I'm just now doing a video about it. But it's on my spirit now. Because we live by believing and not by seeing. We believe that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is going to lift up that standard for us in the time of this devil coming down with great wrath. We believe that that standard will be supernatural powers, the divine intervention. See, like it was with the king of Assyria when they was coming at Hezekiah. You're like, what confidence do you have? What nation God's ever delivered them out of our hands? And you think that your power gonna do anything different? I'm letting you know I'm about to conquer you. That's what he was telling King Hezekiah, right? But hey, shit, we got a power. We got a power that's above all powers, man. Okay. Isaiah 47. No, is it 45? This is what the hell is that? This is Isaiah 45 and 5. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no power besides me. I gird up thee, thou I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. Okay, but the point is that okay, this is the Yahweh, and there's none else. There's no power besides the Lord, man, and He's our power. Okay, the Abraham, Isaac, and that's my son name, Isaac. He said that Yatazak. in the Hebrew. Check it out. Which one I want? This is Genesis 31 and 53. The power, no, it is gonna be in Genesis 31, I believe. You just gotta go up a little bit. I think. Mm-mm. Maybe 20. Genesis 28. Sleep. Uh-huh. This is Genesis 28 and 13. And behold, Yahweh stood above it. I said, I am Yahweh, power of Abraham thy father, and the power of Isaac, the land wherein thou liest. To thee will I give it and to thy seed. So, this is the power of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man, the patriarchs. Okay, this is who we dealing with. We are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. That's serious business. We got the same blood as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Shit. Yahweh Shai. Okay? King David is part of our bloodline. And we dealing with the power, that dealt with them. So we must believe in our power. Because faith it's impossible to please the Lord without faith. Is that in Hebrews? Because we walk by faith and not by sight. So it's going to be, it's probably not right here. Let's see. It is. 6. It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that, so, you can't be in the spirit of when you need something, you want it, but you allow doubt to be right on side of you. And I'm talking to myself too, bro, because you know, just because the Lord delivered me out of this situation, there's greater situations to come, and we can't sit up here and do these shows and these live lessons and go to camp and talk about your how about Shem Yahshua and faith, and whenever you're put in that fire, you crumble like any other average person. You can't get up here talking about faith and don't have none. That really makes you a damn hypocrite. So, but without faith, it's impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, which must believe Yahweh, huh? Because that's what the name means. And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. You can get up here and be a precept extraordinaire. You can get up here and break it down great, okay? You can talk good as a bitch. You can speak, you know, fluently. Good. But if you ain't got no faith, you ain't got nothing. You don't have anything. Right? So faith is a muscle and it's a superpower. It's a superpower because to to a situation, the average person to see a situation and all is lost. But a man of faith to look at them and be like, that ain't got nothing. That ain't nothing. You know? It ain't nothing because what the Lord said, that's in Luke the 18th chapter. I think it's Luke the 18th chapter. Luke 18, let's see. It's Luke 18 and 20. And he said, 27, and he said, the things which are impossible with men are possible with the Most High. So these things we got to go in Jacob's trouble with. We got to go in Jacob's trouble with, man. Okay? Because Donald Dump, you know what, he just, Lord would not be able to do a lesson on it. He what was it? Strengthening the. I can't remember what it said. I don't want to sit up here and just butcher that like that. But things getting real. Everything is really finna go to this digital, this digital plan. To this. He's really about to come down with great wrath, man. In a real digital way. You know, so, and you must have faith, man. If you ain't having faith now, and this is how close that we are. If you not understanding, your gravity of faith, or you, man, I wonder. I wish I could have the words to say it, like put it in the right way. But if you're not growing in faith, when you put in situations, you need to go on a fast, because that's what I did. I'm gonna say that. Let me say that. When I needed that and that was going on, I went to the Lord, man. I'm telling you, I went to the Lord. I cause lately I ain't been fasting like I used to. I used to fast like for real, like 8, 9 days, 14 days. One time, me and a brother, we did like 21 days. 21-day fast. But for 7 days we ate. It was a Daniels, but for 14 days it was nothing. Okay, we drank water, but I ain't been fasting like that lately. And then sometimes, and I told this to the brother the other day, sometimes that when the Lord wants something out you, when the Lord want to fast out of you, He'll put you in a situation to where I'm gonna pull it out you. All right, when you just not gonna give it to me willingly, well, I'm gonna pull it out you. Appreciate it, son. Let me get this fast about you. I require this. I need this. You know, and if shit, you gonna do it, because if the elect gonna be the elect. I'm not saying that I'm of the elect. I'm not saying he of the elect. I would want us to be of the elect. I do. I really hope that this is what we do this for, in hope that we are of the elect. You know, so if the Lord want it out you, He'll put you in situations to where He gonna get it out you. But when you fast, your fast got to be of a purpose. It got to be of a purpose. It got to be of a, a growing. You got to be growing alone. Can't just fast to say I fast. No, man. When you going, you fast, and you tapping into something, man. You know, shit. I got up in here. I sent away and I'm not saying this to glorify myself, because you got some men that don't want to glorify them. Nah, man, I'm just telling you what I did when I got down with the Lord. This is what I did. Okay, I sent my kids away. I send their ass away to their mamas. Cause sometimes you gotta get rid of them niggas, man. Like, hey, listen, man, I don't need you around here, man. I don't need you around here. You know, cause your kids don't really understand. They'll know, but they don't really understand. So I send their ass away. Okay. Got up in here, burned some sage, I took like what I knew I did before. Like, if I took this paper that this white man put on my door, and I told the Lord on his ass, you know, and the Lord delivered me. That's our power, bro. That's our power, you know. But like, I feel in the spirit that the Lord required a fast from me. Listen, man, I need you to fast. I want you to fast. This is what I need from you, and this is what I got to do to get it out of you. You know, shit. So, that's this. That was on my spirit, man. This is what I've been, you know, you know, what I was really meditating on today about it. So I put it on wax. So, man, Lord willing, this is edifying to somebody. May it, plant the seed or water the seed, wherever it may be, man. So, shalom.